Hi everybody, welcome to another Jumpin Hot Club Memories programme, and today we're going back to 2007 and Delmo Crowley and his family band at the Little Theatre in Gateshead, July 2007. So the first time I ever experienced bluegrass music was in 1990 when I went to the States, and I went to a New Orleans festival, and the first thing I saw there was a duo called the Whitstein Brothers, and they were playing mandolin, guitar, harmony vocals, and kind of like the Louvren Brothers, Allen Brothers sort of traditional music, and it's like country and it's like mountain music, and wow, what is this thing? Bluegrass. It was bluegrass, so that was the first time I experienced it. And when I went back, I'm like, oh, I have to get these stuff, and I bought this album by Del McCrory. And lo and behold, in 2007, I got contacted out of the blue by a guy called Bobby Could, who'd heard of the Jumpin Hot Club and all the stuff that we put on. And he had Del McCrory playing in Europe, and he said, do I want a gig? And I'm like, wow, Del McCrory, you mean a guy who played with the king of bluegrass, Bill Monroe? I think so. And yeah, so I thought, yeah, well, what would be the best place to put this kind of music? What would be the perfect match? And I got it, the Little Theatre in Gateshead, just down the road from me, just in that, well, it's lovely and sunny today, but just like 10 minutes down the road from here, the Little Theatre in Gateshead. So, just a couple of years earlier, would start putting stuff in there. It was because of the kind of like that. I always really wanted to put stuff in the Little Theatre. I went there way back in the day with my dad and even my mum. I can remember standing in the bar with them when it was like 1980, 81 or something. And anyway, when we got the City of Culture stuff and trying to put things in different venues, I went down to the Little Theatre, and I saw Terry, who was old school, sort of, I don't know, he was stage designer, because it's a community theatre. It was built in the 1930s, and it's for the community. It's like Art Deco, and it's a beautiful place, honestly it is, it's fantastic. And anyway, to cut a long story short, we managed to secure a date for Del McCrory there, and yeah, and I booked the Springfield Hotel just 2 minutes up the road for them to stay in, and was down there 5 o'clock on the day of the gig, and there he was, Del McCrory and his full family band there, and hello Graham, how are you doing and stuff, and he signed me CD, and he says, Graham, I've got a question to ask you. I says, yeah, what is it, Del? He said, what kind of stuff do you want tonight? Do you want a secular show, a gospel bluegrass? And I'm like, well, not really, Del. Can you just play your normal footer? That would do us. Like, it's not really a Sunday and all that. He says, oh, just a thought. He says, well, you know, we're Christians, you know, and my wife's just asking and stuff. I said, that's all right, Del. And anyway, off they went, did the sound check, then I went back to the Springfield Hotel. And I didn't realise, but they had an album out that time called The Promised Land, and it was all secular gospel bluegrass music. So that's why they'd asked us, and I didn't realise. So they went off the pop back to the Springfield Hotel after the sound check, and I went upstairs, and I thought, looking out the window, bought myself a coffee, and I looked out the window, and there they were, all in their Sunday best, all in their suits, walking around Saltwell Park. And I thought, wow, God blimey, Del McCrory band, one of the top bluegrass bands in the world, dressed in their Sunday best, walking around Saltwell Park Lake. That's mind-boggling. It was mind-boggling. And at the gig, we had a guy called Craig Wieselman, who was, I've never heard of him since, but he was American, and he did kind of Van Morrison style music, and it was a great opener. He was solo with a strong voice, and then the guys come on, played their bluegrass music, unbelievable. About 90 minutes, like just great music, and then they were off. and the gig had happened, and I was clearing up, talking to Terry and Davey and Rob, I guess, old school guys, and then when I went outside to go out the door, on the table there was a signed photograph of Del McCrory Band from all the people there, Tig Graham, all the McCrorys. What good people there, and they actually give us the two latest albums, The Promised Land and the one before that called The Company We Keep. So that was a very special gig for me, 2007, Del McCrory Band at the Little Theatre. And I play a track off the Gospel album, and it's called, I just got it set up here, a little gospel ditty for you.
Jesus in prayer, it's really surprising what the Lord can do. He can give gladness day and night. He can change darkness into light. You know it's surprising what the Lord can do. It's really surprising what the Lord can do. He can make a lost sinner just as good as new. And if you will let him, he'll pardon you. You know it's surprising what the Lord can do.
Ah man, that makes you feel good, and them high lonesome harmonies, absolutely fantastic. Actually, I've got some archive of the gig, and I used to take my camcorder to all the gigs. It started probably, well, 20 years ago, and so I've got odd bits and bobs of gigs. So we've hired a screen, and for the 40th exhibition, I'm going to play some of them little videos so you can see for yourself. And I remember there was two girls from Birmingham. They had a little bluegrass band called the Toy Hearts with their dad. They were really good, and every time they came up after that gig, they were actually at the gig at Sotwell Park, the Little Theatre gig, and they used to say, "Oh well, that was the best gig I've ever saw in my life." And honestly, it was one of the best gigs I've ever saw in my life too. Well, there you go, 2007, Jumpin Hot Club Memories, Del McCrory. Thanks for watching, and I'll do another one soon.